Hi guys, it is me, Bishop J from Camp Gilgal TV, your host, Bishop J, the humble servant for you guys. And God bless you and God keep you safe. I think that you are still keeping well, and I think that your wealth, your health is okay. And God is our Jehovah Ro, that He heal our bodies, and God that is our Jehovah Rapha, and God that is our Jehovah Jireh, that provide for us until now. He never let us down. And I pray that God keep you safe, and I pray that God sustain you and provide for you and your family. If it is your first time you come across this channel, the Camp Gilgal TV, I kindly request you to subscribe. Do not forget to do that. You subscribed and you like the video and you share it to all your social media platforms. I've been doing the Bible study. And the Bible study I'm doing, I started by the rapture one. And if you can check out that video, and I did put out there again the Bible study on the 70 weeks of Israel, which is in the book of Daniel, chapter 9. You can check out that video. And today I'm continuing, and still in the book of Daniel. This is the book of Daniel I'm studying with you. I hope you see it. I hope you see it. This is the book of Daniel. In the future, I'm going to be showing all this graphic to you. God willing, you will see it sooner than later. And that today, we will be on Bible study on the book of Daniel chapter 2. Book of Daniel chapter 2. Chapter 2 of the book of Daniel. I'll give it the title, The Nebuchadnezzar Dream, the King of Babylon. Nebuchadnezzar dream, the king of Babylon. Let me tell you something very, very good for just a little bit of you loosening up. My first time I heard the name Nebuchadnezzar, it was my pastor, Kiluba in Lubumbashi, long time ago. I'm just 3 months in the Lord. He was preaching. He said, he wonder why the woman, they don't give the kid the name of Nebuchadnezzar. I said, what the name? Nebuchadnezzar. Okay. Then I when he went on to preach, I understood who Nebuchadnezzar was as the king of Babylon. In the end, you warn people, don't give your child the name of Nebuchadnezzar. Okay. This revelation of chapter 2 of the king of the book of Daniel, that the king Nebuchadnezzar received a dream, it is fundamental in a prophetic interpretation. By the way, every prophecy need to be interpreted literally. I wanted just to put that one to you for you to arrive to understand. It need to be interpreted literally. And all of this prophecy of the book of Daniel, it goes by the Jeremiah 70 years of prophecy interpretation literally. Okay, let's go. And this Nebuchadnezzar dream of chapter 2 of the book of Daniel, it is sometimes called the ABC of a prophecy. The ABC of a prophecy. Because it's so fundamental and it's so good to be studying, that's why we call it the ABC of a prophecy. Remember, in my video for 70 weeks of Israel, I say it also called the countdown to Christ. That is the countdown to Christ, and this is the ABC of the prophecy. It also brings up something new in the study of a prophetic line. It's called the time of the Gentiles. The time of the Gentiles. If you read Luke 21, verse 24, Luke 21, verse 24, you will arrive to understand and to be acquainted to this word, the time of the Gentiles, which the scholars arrive to differ a lot. There is a school of thought, they say, the time of the Gentiles started from Babylonian until the second coming of Jesus. Other they say the time of the Gentiles will start by the what you call the destruction of the temple of Jerusalem at AD 70 until the coming of Christ. But for me, I'm in a school of thought that the time of a Gentile started from Babylonian until the second coming of Christ. This is the time of the Gentiles. Now, I want also to put this for you there, for your knowledge. There is two kings in the Bible, two Gentile kings in the Bible, arrived to receive a dream. And those dreams they received arrived to shape the course of the world. And when you read in Genesis, you find a king called Pharaoh. Pharaoh received a dream, and the one who came to help him to interpret the dream was Joseph. And was Joseph. It was 7 years of abundance and 7 years of famine. And Joseph, with the spirit of excellency that is in him, and with the spirit of God that is in him, he arrived to interpret the visions and the dream. He arrived to interpret the dream and give a solution to the dream. It's not only good to interpret, but it's also good to give a solution to the problem. Do not just raise the problem, any problem you find familiar or whatsoever it is, but when you raise the problem, give also solution to the problem. That's what you call Joseph arrived to give solution to Pharaoh, who had a dream that was disturbing him. Now, the second king who received was a dream is Nebuchadnezzar. I would love to put it clear here. These two kings, they were out of a commonwealth of God. And let me say this again, I'll be a little bit longer than my usual times that I go with for my videos. Take care of that and be with me for that. Don't go away from this video. You will learn a lot. Now, Nebuchadnezzar also received a dream. These two kings received dreams, not visions, dreams. They received a dream. Nebuchadnezzar also received a dream. A dream that he received troubled him a lot. In the morning, the dream he received troubled him, and he even forgotten about that dream. But he knows that I received a dream, but I've forgotten it. He called all his magicians and astrologers and all of them. He said, tell me the dream that I received and give me the interpretation. And then he wonders, by the way, do not lie to me, because tell me the dream. First, you tell me that dream, and then you give the interpretation. None of them of them have a power even to tell him the dream and the interpretation. They were all stuck. And there is a man in his kingdom, one of the children of Israel. One of the children of Israel who was from the commonwealth of God, and who was from the commonwealth and the promise of God, because the dream is come from above and it comes from God. It is, as we call it, the ABC of a prophecy. The dream has something to do with the course of the world. Only God will give a solution. Then came Daniel. Daniel came and they helped him to give the ABC of that dream of chapter 2. I will also tell you and encourage you to read all the chapter 2 of Daniel from verse 1 to the last verse for you to arrive to understand, to grab the gist of everything that is written there. Do not pick and choose some verses. No, read all of it, and then you will stay in a context. We are going to be in the hermeneutics of this study today. Then I want also to say these things. Nebuchadnezzar saw a dream. He even forgotten about that dream, but he knew, I saw a dream. But I don't know the meanings of that dream, and I've even forgotten that dream how to relate it out. But Daniel saw a vision. Daniel did not see a dream, he saw a vision. When you read Daniel chapter 2, verse 18 and 19, you will arrive to understand what I mean. Daniel saw a vision. And when he saw the vision that came from God, telling him, this is the dream that the king has seen, and this is their interpretation, because he has the spirit of excellency on him. Hallelujah. Daniel had the spirit of excellency on him. No, it's not like the papas of today and say, can I prophesy? And people shout, prophesy. No, Daniel has a spirit of excellence on him. And he even went, they said, give me time. He went and associated his 3 companions, and they prayed with him. And when they prayed with him, and God revealed a vision to him, even when he came to him, he said, he's God. He gave glory first to God before he go to the details of those things. Okay, let me also give you this, because people love dreams and interpretations, and you see Christians want to know what a dream, what it means, and all of it. Okay, let me give you this. I'm not going to tell you I'm an expert of dream interpretation. Do not send me your dream, I must interpret it. No, I'm not saying that. What is the difference between a dream and the vision? A dream happens only when you are sleeping. When you are asleep, that's the time a dream comes. Okay, let me warn you. If you eat also too much, I'm telling you, you're going to be dreaming and dreaming and dreaming. Okay, the dream came only when you are sleeping. Now, a vision can happen anytime. A vision can happen anytime. When somebody is awake, a vision can happen. And God will open up your spiritual eye, and you arrive to see things like you are watching a TV live. That is a vision. It can happen at night. It can happen at the daytime, at the middays. A vision can happen. Okay, in the Old Testament, some book, I'll just quote 2 of them. There are many. Some books have been good, plenty of visions on those books. The book of Prophet Ezekiel and the book of Daniel, the book of Zechariah. Let me just stop there. These 3 books, you will arrive to see a lot of visions and vision that the men of God have seen it. In the New Testament, the book like a book of Luke, the book of Acts, and the book of Revelations have also a lot of visions that the men of God have seen. Now, some reference for visions, I'll give it to you. You need to study that. Please open your Bible and study. Joel chapter 2, verse 28. Act chapter 2, verse 17. First is Joel chapter 2, verse 28. Act chapter 2, verse 17. Hosea 12:10. 1 Samuel 3:1. Ezekiel 1:1. And Act 9:10. Genesis 28:12 of my good friend Jacob. Daniel 10:7. And number 24, verse 4. These are a few that I choose for you to arrive to see and understand that. The men of God who have seen vision, Abraham, I have seen many visions. Jacob, my good friend of the Bible, have seen also vision. Moses, David, Isaiah, and the Apostle Paul, and the Apostle John, and Ezekiel. Those are few that I needed to mention for you to understand that vision is not something stranger to the Bible. Vision is something that it's called to all of us. We can arrive to see it by God's grace. Do not force things and say, I've seen vision left and right. No, by God's grace, we can arrive to see that. Nebuchadnezzar was the first great world gentle king, monarch. Nebuchadnezzar was the first great world gentle monarch. He beat all of them. The King Charles in London's eyes, he cannot even come near to Nebuchadnezzar. Other kings around, they cannot come near to Nebuchadnezzar. Even our own here in South Africa, king of the Zulu nations, cannot come near to King Nebuchadnezzar. He was the first great world gentle monarch, and Babylon was the first great gentle world empire. Babylon. Better 100 times than the America right now. Better 100 times than the whole of Europe, including the UK. Better 100 times than Chinese in the world. That's how Babylon was. And the power of the world in that time was in Babylon. Every science, every study of anything came out of Babylon with the Chaldeans civilizations. Chaldean civilizations. Now, the interpretation of Nebuchadnezzar's dream parallel with Daniel's vision of chapter 7. Daniel's vision of chapter 7 and Daniel chapter 2, the dream of Nebuchadnezzar, is the same things. Those two chapters are the same things, but there is a difference in a perspective viewership. In chapter 2, Nebuchadnezzar see this kingdom from man's perspective. In chapter 2, Nebuchadnezzar is seeing this kingdom from man's perspective as great, mighty kingdoms. That's how Nebuchadnezzar is seeing it. But in chapter 7, Daniel see this kingdom from God's perspective as the beast, ravenous beast, which they are morally corrupt. Morally corrupt. The people that they cannot do anything, and anything is bad. And you will see from Nebuchadnezzar kingdoms is that from the head of gold to down, you go down to the toes. Head of gold. That means you see gold, then you go gold, then you go breast of an arm of silver. From gold is silver, from silver is brass, and from brass it to go to the Aaron legs. That you see how it's going. That it go from head down. It go from head down. But you see, we think like it can go from the toe up. No, it go from head down. That's how God is saying it. In God's perspective, that the first kingdom will be the powerful one, and the last one, they're not going to be good and morally corrupt. Morally corrupt. Now, let me give you, in this 3 minutes that I remain, I wanted to make it 20 minutes only. In this 3 minutes I remain, the interpretation of the dream. The head, it was in gold. The head that Nebuchadnezzar saw was in gold. And that is Nebuchadnezzar himself and the kingdom of Babylon. There will never be a kingdom in this earth that will be greater and to surpass the kingdom of Babylon. It was the head of gold. The breast and the arms was in silver. The breast and the arms was in silver. That is the Medo-Persian Empire. The Medo-Persian Empire will be an empire that is built from two main tribes, which is the Medes and the Persians. Now, number 3 is the belly and the tithe of the belly and the tithe of the brass. That is Grecian Empire of the Alexander the Great. We all know it. The Alexander the Great. The Alexander the Great. Now, there is something I want to give to you. The two legs could indicate that the kingdom was composed of two principal countries, which is Greece and Macedonia. You can even, if you want to study, go study. There was a trouble a little bit here, not long ago here, between the Macedonians and the Albanians and all of it. I'm telling you, there's a Greece and the Macedonia. Even you go to Greece does not recognize Macedonia as a country. They think it is one of their things. Now, you understand that. Alexander the Great and these two countries, put them together, the Greece and the Macedonia. That was the synonym of one of the two legs. Now, the two legs could indicate that the Grecian Empire would encompass both east and west. The Grecian Empire will be powerful in the east and in the west. In the east, that is the Asian side. In the west, that is what you call European side. You understand? Now, when you are in Turkey, you are this side is Europe, and that side is what you call Asians. Now, the last empire is the iron legs, the Roman Empire. Roman Empire. It is the Roman Empire. The iron will refer to the rival power of the Romans. One of the cruel, barbaric empire that took over, I hope YouTube is not going to censor me on this, is the Roman Empire. Roman Empire was barbaric. Roman Empire was built on blood. Roman Empire was built on violence. And that's why the iron legs mixed with clay and all of it, it showed the instability of it and the need to rule and to rule without sharing and be powerful. I can assure you, even when you look today around, you will see the descendant of Roman empires, how brutal they are and how brutal they are. And we know in Europe, most of the barbaric and time of killing and all of it happened in Europe. And they're the one who were in front of slavery and in front of trafficking and the human abuse and colonization and all of it. This is a Roman Empire, the last empire. That means that dream have 4 empires. The Babylonian kingdoms, that is number 1. Number 2 is the Medes and Persia. Number 3 is Alexander the Great. And number 4 is the Roman Empire with the Caesar. It will all end, before I go there, the feat of iron and clay. It is a mixtures and the 10 toes, the revived Roman Empire rule by the Antichrist. Antichrist will try to revive the Roman Empire toward the tribulation time. Now you understand, then we are in a tribulation times. Then the end of all of these empires will be finished, which is the end of the time of the Gentiles, by that stone that came and crushed the image of the dream of Nebuchadnezzar. And that stone is none other than Jesus Christ of Nazareth, the stone of our salvation. It will come and crush all the kingdom and then implement the millennium kingdom. Do not forget to subscribe. And that was Bible study on the book of Daniel chapter 2, and we study the dream of Nebuchadnezzar. God bless you. See you soon. Bye.